all right. Hello. Let's see, am I doing this thing right? Uh-oh, it looks like I am. It says that I am live. Ooh, that I am live. Let's see. This is my first live. Welcome to Freedom Friday. Let me get this up a little bit more. Alright, so this is a practice run of going live on Freedom Friday. Thank you everybody for joining me today. I am coming on live to celebrate the fact that I got to 50 subs earlier, 50 subscribers earlier this week. And over the last couple of days, I actually got up to 53. So listen, um, as I said before, people might be thinking, why, girl, why you celebrating 55 or 50 subscribers like you done hit 1,000 or something? Well, I know I haven't hit 1,000, and um, but I'm excited to have the 53 that I have, and thank you so much, guys, for subscribing to my channel. I wanted to come on today because today is Freedom Friday, so that's why I chose today to come on and do a live and talk about um, whatever it is we want to talk about today. I know on Freedom Fridays, I tell people, listen, if you come on, just drop in a comment what you want to talk about today. Um, just getting to know you and getting to know me. Any questions that you might have, I'm going to probably run this for about maybe 20, 25 minutes and just see what happens. If you come on and join me, that's fine. If not, you'll get to see it on the replay and comment. But it's a Friday evening, and I am very happy to be here. My name is Shelley Denise, and I am really glad to share my journey with all of you. My channel, of course, is called From Welfare to Winning, and I can go into a little bit as to why I call it from welfare to winning. Basically, because on a debt-free journey. If you haven't heard my story, I grew up in Detroit. I grew up on welfare. My mother was a single mom of four children, and money was not something, or how to use it or budget it was not something that I was taught as a child. And as an adult, when I got it, I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to budget it. I only knew how to make it. And so over my entire adulthood, I made a lot of mistakes. Um, and so it's difficult for me, or it was difficult for me to manage money and be able to thrive, to save, to budget, to invest, because I simply didn't know how. I had good jobs, I had not so good jobs. I started businesses. Um, I've just found myself in a lot of different places, trying to become, or just trying to manage money, and I wasn't even thinking along the lines of retirement until now. If you do not know, I am 57. I will be 58 this year, and I am currently in debt. I do not have a retirement plan, and that was something that kind of became concerning to me because I started to think, how did I get to this place? So that's what it's all about. And this live, I want to talk to you about not allowing your struggle to be in the dark or behind the scenes. You know, stop hiding your struggle. And that's what I'm about. Is no longer hiding my struggle, because the more I talk to people, the more I realize there are so many other people out there like myself. Um, and the more I watch and listen to different podcasts, I realize that there are so many other people that are like me, that are hiding their struggle. And maybe you're not hiding your struggle financially, your financial struggle. Maybe you're hiding your relationship struggle. Maybe you're hiding your mental health struggle, your emotional struggle, whatever it is. You're hiding it from other people and you're pretending that everything is okay. And that's what I have been doing all of my life. Anybody, if you were going through something, if you were not having such a great day, and somebody says, "Hey, you know, how you doing?" And you be like, "Oh, I'm great," or "I'm blessed and highly favored," or "I'm doing very well." That's a response that we often give to people, even though we're not great and we're not doing very well. We put out to other people that we are doing great. Because when someone says, you know, "Hey, how you doing today?" Most of the time they're not genuinely asking you how you're doing. It's just something to say if they're walking in past. But what if you're talking to a friend or somebody you know personally, and they ask you that question, and you're standing there with conversation, "You know, I'm good. You know, who can complain? I got, you know, I'm doing well." And you know behind the scenes that you're really not. I know many of us have been in that position and probably in that position right now. I'm in that. I've been in that position for many, many years now. Sometimes when I answer that things are okay, I'm telling the truth. Because there were periods in my life where things were going, or at least what I thought they were going well. I wasn't in debt. I had a nice job, but maybe I was struggling with something else because I was a single mom of two, and so maybe I was struggling with something else. But in my mind, I would say I was doing well, right? We always had the we always put on the front of being that strong woman. Need I say it? If it's especially if you're of a particular color, we're strong black women. We got that black girl magic. We put on the brave face all the time, knowing that we're struggling. So I decided that I would start to share my story with you so that you can watch my journey, not only so that I can encourage you, but also so that I can come from behind the shadows and really say what's going on in my life, maybe get some advice, maybe give some, right? What are we doing? What am I doing to help get myself out of the situation? People see a lot of others on social media that have gone through some things, and they can talk about the things that they've gone through after they've gone through it, and made it to the other side. So you see the finish line, or you see the polished version, the improved version, but you don't see the version that was the work in progress. You don't see the journey. You don't see the mistakes they're making. You don't see the challenges they're going through. And that's why I decided now is the time for me to share my journey, because I kept thinking, what can I offer to people when I haven't figured it out myself? And that's what took me so long to open up and talk about my life and the way and the things that are going on with me. Because I wanted to be able to say, I got it all together. Look, I made it here. But how do I how do I feel when I see people who've made it? I'm like, wow, they're doing great. They made it. I'm impressed. Look at how they're living their lives now. But then I thought, what did they go through? How did they get there? They can talk about their journey and what, you know, how they lived, what they went through, what their past was like. And now I'm here. But how did you get there? So think about it like this. Have you ever saw a, a physical fitness commercial? Maybe somebody, or maybe it's, you watch YouTube and you find people who got these workouts and they got these great bodies, and they're, you know, I do, 100 crunches, I run, 10 miles a day, I do all these things, but they, they cut, they ripped, they got they got things going on, their body is tight, and you're like, I want to be like that. And you start doing their routine, and you get all off into it, but you don't see the results. And you're thinking, yeah, maybe they lost 100 pounds, maybe they lost 200 pounds. I didn't see them before, and I didn't see them go through the workout and get there. So now I just see the finished product, or the present product, I should say. It's the same thing with my life. Someday I'll be able to say, look at where I am, look at how I've improved, but then you can go back and see, how did she get there? You can go back through the old videos to talk about um, how my how much debt I had, how I struggled finding jobs to be able to start my debt-free journey, how I had to find a way to increase my income, how I how I started saving my $1,000 emergency fund. What was the first bill paid off? How much was it? How am I celebrating? What's the day look like? What's the day going to look like when I become debt free? What's the day going to look like when I put a down payment on my house, or move towards the beach, or whatever? Y'all know that's my dream. That's my dream, is to live near, closer to the beach. I live in South Carolina, um, right outside of Myrtle Beach, a place called Conway. It's about a 20-minute, 25-minute drive to the beach, depending on traffic and depending on the day. But anyway, my goal is to be If not on the beach, very close to it. It depends because I haven't made up my mind about that yet. I was saying I want this ocean front, and that could be depending on whether or not I want to be in a vacation spot or somewhere outside of a vacation spot because vacation season down here get crazy. But that's a whole nother video. So this is what I'm talking about. It's, do I want to keep hiding my struggle or do I want to share it where people can see, oh, she's for real. She's not just talking about the things that she used to be. I know her because every time she uploaded a video or every time she went live, she shared something about herself and about her journey. So, for instance, like today, like this week, if you heard me on a previous video this week, I talked about my change from going my it wasn't a change, but I talked about when I had quit my caregiving job to deliver the Walmart orders full time because I can make more money doing deliveries than I can doing caregiving jobs. These caregiving jobs, they're part time, they're piecing together hours here and there. It's like, it's really hard to get, a decent paycheck here in South Carolina doing any job, but the caregiving job is that's a little different, but that's neither. So I did a video and I talked about why I quit. So you can go back and watch that video as well. But um, the other day, I gave an update. Since I quit, how much money have I made doing um, Walmart deliveries that showed that I could make more. So when I was doing a caregiver job, I was bringing home something like 560, 580, between 560 and $600 every 2 weeks. So that's roughly less $1,200, which of course barely pays my four walls, but it definitely ain't helping me get out of debt, right? So I said, well, if I go to and start delivering Walmart full time, I can make that every week. But then, if I do it in a strategic way, I could probably make at least $1,000 a week if I $200 a day. If I'm out 5 days a week, bring me to $1,000 a week, right? Last week I told you guys I made just over $700, and so I said, I'm tweaking my schedule, and I was going to my goal this week was to make the $1,000. So I was going to do the $200 a day. Today is Friday, so on Wednesday I was out and I had car trouble, so that cut one of my days out. Thursdays is my ministry day. I told you guys, as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, that's the day that I have designated strictly for my ministry, Bible classes, and different things. So I don't do any kind of work on that day unless I can squeeze in a notary job or two. Um, but so Thursday was automatically booked doing something else. So that means Wednesday and Thursday. Now today's Friday, and I'm gonna go back out this evening. But at this point, I'm just above $400 because I had the car trouble. And isn't this something when you're always trying to get ahead? I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But I have today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So the likelihood of me getting to the $1,000 probably won't happen this week, and that's okay. But I just want to talk about that because I want to let you know when I've succeeded and when I haven't succeeded, and how I react. How do you react to it? You know, when you make a plan and your plan doesn't always work out, how do you handle that? We just keep moving forward. So, Wednesday, my car, my steering wheel, I was getting over a certain speed and it was shaking. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm in the middle of an order. I had working, just started picking up the Apple and started picking up deliveries, and I dropped one off, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I was afraid to continue to drive it because I didn't know what it was. So I didn't get a chance to do any orders on Wednesday except for the one, and I decided just to come in. And so I got up Thursday morning. I took my car into the shop, and he says, "Oh, you need new tires." Which I already knew I needed new tires because this is the third year. I bought them 3 years ago. Now my car, my tires, it's like 3 years or let's say 3 years, $70,000, 70,000 miles, whichever one comes first. So I did. Um, I'm sure I did 70,000 miles. I don't even pay that no attention, kids. I just with the work I do, I'm always driving. I'm on the road all the time. So I already knew I was going to need tires, but I didn't really count on having to go out and buy them right now. I was thinking probably in next month. That was in on my list of things to do was to get me some new tires. So in any event, I lost the days of work, and I'm like, I'm not probably not gonna meet my goal of the $1,000 this week, and that's fine. But I'm gonna keep trying. So what I wanted to talk about today again is listen, stop hiding your struggle. Gas prices up. I pay $4.20. It was $4.19. Gas prices up. Grocery prices up. Car insurance is up. Everything is costing more money. We all struggling. So I just decided to stop hiding my struggle. So if you get to watch the replay of this live, comment below on what are you hiding? What are you struggling with today? Share it in the comment. Like this video, subscribe, share it with someone else. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure that we're encouraging and building one another. I want to share my journey with you. So I hope that you guys um, share. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I hope that you guys share my journey with me, and I hope that I can encourage somebody today. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell notifications, like this video, leave a comment if this resonates with you. And I will see you on Sunday for the God, Money, and Me. It won't be live. In fact, the next time I go live, I'm going to go live when I get to 75 subs. So every 25 subs, that's going to be my pledge. Every 25 subs, I will go live. Thank you again for joining me. You guys have a great weekend. See you on Sunday for God, Money, and Me.